Can you be a Democrat and a good Mormon? There was an op-ed piece that was very well written, published first published first Sunday, November 28th, 2004. Mormon Schmormon, Democrat Party and LDS Faith Like Oil and Water by Marion M. Jennings. Mr. Scott this is too well written for me to just summarize it, so I'm going to read it. Mr. Scott Higginson, confessed Democrat and Mormon, looks down from his lofty perch of inconvenient religiosity, spots an Arizona full of Mormon Republicans, and offers it. Mr. H is offended that folks assume he is a Republican and frets. Why can't more Mormons be Democrats? Mr. H, political consultant extraordinaire, hasn't quite mastered the art of winning friends and influencing people via op-ed work. I confess to being one of the knuckle-dragging Republican Mormons that Mr. H disdains, as oafish as I and my fellow cretins might be. We don't subscribe to the Higginson theory that we should be more like open and tolerant Arizona Governor Janet Napolitano, who sojourned to Salt Lake City to understand the Mormon faith. You don't need a Sherpa, nirvana, or apparently political consulting skills to figure out that the Democrat governor's trek to the mountains was about more than exploring the Family Home Evening program and taking in some tabernacle choir ditties. The Gov sought funding from the Mormon Church for light rail and Mesa's revitalization. Church leaders did not convert the Gov, nor did she win them over entirely to ponying up the dough. The Gov also trekked to England, but I don't think she was converted to abandoning dental checkups. She was courting more British air flights to She was courting more British air flights to Phoenix. Mr. Higginson's is a perfect Democrat to wit. Being a Democrat does not mean I support every aspect of the Democrat Party's national platform. It's the party's platform, not my platform. In the words of the church lady, isn't that special? Spoken like a true focus group junkie. I actually voted for the $87 billion before I voted against it. I don't own SUVs, my family does. I oppose gay marriage personally, but believe in equal rights. I oppose the war, but support the troops. I have grown weary of sophisticates like Mr. H. Such Range Rover Republicans, limousine liberals, and modern Mormons don't want the heavy lifting that comes with principle as baggage. Sacrifice and ridicule. In the words of our prophet, Mr. H. et al., stand for something. Mr. H reeks of the condescension that comes from skilled hoodwinking. Mr. H's candidate, Mr. Carey, votes in favor of gun control, but dons duck hunting gear and a rifle if that's what it takes to net Ohio's electoral votes. He waited for the Red Sox to win before donning a Red Sox cap. He carried it in his hand until then. Mr. H claims membership in the Mormon Church, even as he embraces a party that howls about choice when Republicans propose just a compromise to ban a barbaric practice of partial birth abortion. The judges, activists, and members of Congress seeking to expand the definition of marriage to one of between two persons are of his party. That view is in direct contravention to the Church's proclamation on the family. His party's NEA has indoctrinated children in public schools with godlessness, banishing prayer, and then even the mention of terms such as Christmas and Easter. His party, with its Great Society, enslaved generations in a welfare system that robbed them of their dignity. Such a welfare system runs contrary to church principles of self-sufficiency. He ignores the superior welfare system of the Mormon Church, which thrives because it employs embarrassing Republican principles of work and private. Yeah, private, not public funding. Mr. Higginson and other Mormon Democrats cannot serve two masters. They will hate the one and love the other. How convenient to enjoy the world's acceptance with the trite, life begins at conception, but I believe in a woman's right to choose. Such intellectual inconsistency dismisses the eternal truths of the Church in glib fashion and surrenders the battle as it sentences her children to a lesser and certainly more cruel world. It is true, as Mr. H notes, that the Mormon Church does not take political positions, and wisely so. It teaches correct principles and relies confidently on its members to govern themselves. We Republican Mormon adults can support our party and its platform. Mr. Higginson ignores correct principles and has joined with the Dems band of merry do-gooders. And what a band they are. We know men by the company they keep. The party Mr. H aligns himself with is no longer that of Truman or Adlai Stevenson or even Zell Miller. His sterilized picture of idyllic Dems belies the reality of his political kin. Whoopi Goldberg, a fellow Democrat, used language more foul than Howard Stern at a presidential fundraiser with no rebuke. This party can boast of having the only president to be foul of the Oval Office. Oval Office. One can understand why, as Mr. H notes, the Mormon Democrats are reticent. This is not exactly primary program material. Mr. H wants it all, our church, but the world's accolades for sophistication. You Mormon girly man, choose ye this day whom you will serve, but you can't have it both ways. You are free to choose the Dems, but don't expect us to appease your conscience by joining with you. Absolute truths and eternal principles are not just for Sundays. They matter in life. They matter more in politics. There we go. That's the end of the article. And a simple one-word answer to the question, can you be a Democrat and a good Mormon, is no. And I don't say that because I am a Republican. I'm an American. I'm a conservative. Yeah, so I did that article briefly mentioned the church welfare system. The church welfare system teaches that people should try to provide for themselves. And the church welfare system is there to help people that need it, but you're supposed to be cut off if you're physically able to work and not trying to. And you're not supposed to get church welfare so that you can be reckless and act like you're rich and not try to save any money, not try to have savings. The Democrat Party teaches, instead of personal responsibility and trying to take care of yourself, to just plan on being on government assistance programs for life, even if you are physically able. That's a somewhat old article now. A lot of things have happened since then. The current Democrat Party nominee to the presidency violates the 10th Amendment. He teaches us to violate the 10th Amendment. He's constantly saying, rich need to pay their fair share. And then creating programs and government giveaways with that money to try to buy votes. That's theft. That's a violation of thou shalt not covet, to vote for someone because he's going to get somebody else's stuff for you when you're physically able to work and just not trying to. And that year, Proposition 8 was out. That they wrote that. No. Proposition 8. Proposition 8 was on the ballot the first year that Barack Obama ran for presidency. Since then, Proposition 8 came out, and the church endorsed it, which was not a political thing. It was not violating the church's political neutrality, because that's a principle, not a party, not a name of a candidate. The church said vote yes on Proposition 8. The Democrat Party says vote no on Proposition 8, including the current Democrat nominee for president. Proposition 8 isn't on the ballot this year, but the principles of Proposition 8. The current Democrat Party nominee for president said vote no to the principle. It said no to the principles of Proposition 8. When the church said yes. The church says abortion for convenience is a grave sin, an excommunicatable sin, and a current nominee for president from the Democrat Party not only votes has a history of voting for easy, free abortion, but when he was in the state senate, voted against a law requiring the babies that survived a late-term abortion get medical treatment. He actually voted for killing viable, outside of the womb, babies. And Democrat Party is the party of homosexual marriage, encouraging unchastity, encouraging people to give in to the temptations that they feel. And in California a few weeks ago, the Democrat governor and Democrat legislature voted to ban people from helping someone who has unwanted same-sex attraction to not give in to that temptation and to overcome it. If they want it. That's Mr. H's Democrat Party. That's the Democrat Party. Party that in California has made it illegal to help someone with unwanted same-sex attraction overcome it. You can't be a good member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and vote for that, unchastity. If you do, you've got some blood on your hands. You're going to have to answer to God for their unchastity, for somebody else's unchastity that you encouraged. Thank you for watching my video. You have a good day.